Welcome back. You're still with us on Startup Street. Now, live social entertainment platform Elo has raised $22 million in its pre-Series B round, led by Courtside Ventures and Griffin Gaming Partners. Founded in 2020, Elo is a live social entertainment platform that combines audio and video live chat rooms with interactive games and builds IPs around these offerings. How does the company plan to use the funds to scale its business? Joining me now on the hot seat is Saurabh Pandey, the co-founder and CEO of Elo. Saurabh, thank you so much for joining us on Startup Street today. We spoke to you, I think, the last time, which was over a year ago when you raised your last funding round. So talk to us about the kind of growth that you've witnessed since then. Any new offerings on your platform? What's it been like in the last 1 year?
Thanks, Arundhati, for having me. The last 1 year has been really exciting. We've grown in terms of our overall metrics by almost about 400% over the year. And a lot of new genres. So the app has evolved from a product which used to primarily do live games to now a product which does live game shows, live entertainment, live astrology, live chat. So a lot of factors which typically we describe it as a party in your pocket, right? Or we call it as an India Ka Live Adda, where anyone can come in across 6 languages, and more than 1 lakh creators are streaming live, and they are doing a bunch of IPs across singing, across game shows. So you can interact, you can watch, you can play along. So it's almost like a live television now. And that has broadly been the evolution. We're just a 2.5-year-old product. So the growth has been really exciting.
So it's like a party in your pockets is what you said. You've just raised $22 million and you plan to use the funds to hire talent, onboard more creators and establish revenue partnerships. So talk to us a little bit more about your fund allocation plans. Where will the funds primarily go?
Yeah, so, we can divide that into short-term and long-term, 2 facets of it. On the shorter term, of course, what we are going to continue doing and endeavoring towards is partner with more and more creators. So essentially for a creator, this is like a live television, right? Where they can just host their own channels. They can go live, they can talk and build an interactive audience and gradually monetize from that audience base. So deepen that partnership across languages. Right now we are in 6 languages. We'll hopefully go deeper into more and more such languages. So that is one. Second is investing in newer technologies. So we do a lot of work around AR. So right from filters for creators to live virtual games, which they can host, etc. So deep tech in terms of creator products would be one big factor. Third is working on AI-based moderation, because the whole idea is to keep it a very safe, family-oriented entertainment product, which is what we really sort of endeavor towards. And fourth is more monetization partnerships. So right from partnerships with certain telecom folks, etc., where we are essentially looking at building this out at very massive scale and leveraging and ensuring that creators are able to monetize directly from their fans. So all these 4 aspects is what we're going to really look at. The first 3 would be more shorter term, which will be in the next 6 to 12 months. And the 4th aspect would be more sort of longer term.
All right. So, you just spoke about your revenue partnerships. So take us a little bit through your revenue model. What are the kind of revenues you're making and where do you hope to end this year? Also, what's profitability looking like?
Yeah, so on the revenue side, it'll be a little early for us because we are just, the thing to appreciate here is that we are trying out a very new business model where it's not the typical advertising or other models here. It's essentially about creator commerce where users come live and then they could gift creators or they could virtually tip creators, and creators are essentially earning directly from their fans. So it's through virtual tipping, or because users really want to talk to their favorite creators. Imagine a comedian who you really sort of liked by watching their videos on YouTube. They come live on Elo and you have a chance to talk to them. So you may get a booster pack to sort of jump the queue and directly go on a call with them. So that becomes like a second avenue. And third is we do a lot of work around games, so game economics as well. So right now, still very early days in terms of our monetization because it's still sort of shaping out. But hopefully in the next 3-4 months, this would become more and more robust. And that's where we'll have a sort of more path to profitability over the next 12 to 18 months.
Okay, so over the next 12 to 18 months is when you'll see some profitability. Talking about the content creators, how many do you currently have on your platform and how many have you onboarded? And how do you plan to grow this even further? What's the demand that you're seeing out there? Also, you spoke about clean entertainment. So how do you ensure that this is maintained?
Yeah, this is a great question. And I think that's pretty much the DNA of the product. Elo essentially in its pure DNA stands for, it's a place which is very welcoming. It's almost like a play on the word hello, hello, where people are welcoming others into their live broadcasts and they're almost sharing a part of their lives with them through interactive shows, through game shows, etc. So moderation, trust and safety ensures that we keep ensuring that the comments are well regulated, the creators are filtered out, etc. But even with such scale, we've managed about 120,000 creators on the platform, and that number has almost grown 5x over the last sort of year or so. On a normal day, we do close to about 60,000 live streams. So such is the sheer scale of the platform now. And the user base is going to touch about 40 million very soon. So across creators and users, the growth has been immense. And this, I'm just talking about the few languages that we have right now. Now the idea is to go deeper into vernacular languages, expand more and more use cases. So you should see this number more than doubling in the next 1 year.
Doubling in the next 1 year, and actually you preempted my next question. You've been saying that you're available in 6 Indian languages and you want to add more vernacular languages. So what would these languages be, and what's the traction been like in tier 2 and 3 cities? Are you seeing considerable growth there? Are they also using the platform?
Yeah, very interesting. In fact, for a lot of users there, we are almost a lot of younger users, typically between the age groups of 20 to 27. Don't really relate to a television a lot now. For them, the mobile phone is where the real source of entertainment lies. So we sort of slice the market for them into 3 cuts. There is video, which is very conventional, what they have done on OTT or YouTube. There is audio OTTs, etc. And then there is live streaming, right, which is live social entertainment. And we are almost the market leaders in that space. So a lot of these audiences have really sort of flocked to the platform. And the more popular languages are Hindi, Bengali, followed by Telugu, Tamil, and Marathi. But now we are going to launch Gujarati and a lot of other languages as well, Malayalam, and you should be able to see us in about 10 languages by end of this year. So that's going to be the sheer scale. But another thing I would want to add around this is that the product has actually seen a lot of love across geographies. So while you see somebody from a Lucknow, from a Patna is really loving the product, but we also have power users in Bombay and in Delhi and sometimes in Bangalore as well. So such has been the scale, because everyone at the very core of it wants to connect with others. The whole premise of social media was to bring people closer. But I think because of async consumption, where you're just sort of at your home and scrolling through content alone, that feeling has sort of diminished. And Elo essentially wants to bring you closer to everyone, especially the creators who you really sort of admire. So that's why the product has received such great love from users across the country.
Right. And what about competition that's there out there with live entertainment? There are so many platforms. So how are you taking on competition? How are you staying ahead of competition?
Great. In terms of our core competitors, right, this is a very, very large space globally. But in India, it's a space that is just breaking out very recently. And, the space in which we are at, we really welcome competition. Maybe one direct competitor we would have would be possibly ShareChat. But the product is at the intersection of 3 very interesting trends, right? There is live streams, there's games, and there's creator communities, which is why we call ourselves a social entertainment product. So essentially for us, we are ultimately about delivering a great value for the user who's spending about 40-45 minutes on the app on a daily basis and should derive some tremendous value from it. How we essentially differentiate is that while for everyone live streaming may be a small feature, for us, that's the core product. So we go very deep into use cases. We go very deep into building IPs. We go very deep into trust and safety. And for a lot of our end users, when we call them and we try to unlock that, what is the emotional payoff that they get from the time they spend on Elo, they feel that this is a combination of me watching TV and doing like a group call with my friends. It's almost those two feelings that come together, because I sometimes am able to participate in that show. I'm able to talk to new people, make new friends, and watch interesting live unfiltered content. It's all happening real time at a lag of not even 1 second. So that's sort of been the way we've been able to differentiate and gone really, really deep into that problem statement. So our insights around the Indian user, on their behavior, on what time they want to watch what content, preparing that entire roster has been what has sort of differentiated us.
All right, Saurabh. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. We're completely out of time, but we wish you all the best going forward.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
With that, it's a wrap on this edition of Startup Street. It's a goodbye from Arundhati and me, Shruti. News and updates continue on the other side. Stay tuned.